Well, hi everybody, I'm Vicki and welcome to my kitchen. I can't wait to share with you a recipe that I use every year. To tell you a little bit about myself, I live in South Georgia and I love Pampered Chef. So let's get on with this recipe. Now it's a Christmas recipe or holiday recipe that I use year round. I'm kind of a chocolate eater. So I make a fudge, keto low carb. You can also make this recipe traditional by using sugar rather than Swerve. And I'll tell you that as we go along. I'm going to be making it in our Rock Crock everyday pan with the base on it as a slow cooker. I use this a lot. I take it with me a lot of places. I actually have the Dutch oven that goes with it as well, that fits in it, and this is easy to carry along. So I just love using this. And I'm going to start it on low because we're going to be melting the chocolate right in the Rock Crock. And we're going to start with 2 cups of chocolate chip. Now I'm using a sugar-free chocolate chip, and I like to blend dark chocolate and milk chocolate. Gives it a good rich flavor. So we've got this on low and it's going to start melting shortly, and I'm going to put a stick of butter in it. Now I've talked to some people who are dairy free and you can use coconut oil in place of the butter. Now, as this is heating up, I'm going to share with you the other ingredients we're going to be using. Did you see what I used with my chocolate chips? These are the easy read measuring cups. And if you look closely, you can see the measurements on the inside. So you don't have to look or turn it around and look. You look right, you pour your ingredients in and you look right inside. And they come in a set, and they're great value. They last a long time. These are a couple of years old. So all of the products from Pampered Chef are great quality. So remember that when you're looking through the catalog. There'll be things that you'll have for the next 20 years to come. I have a stone that's over 30 years old that I use all the time. Now I have all the new stones too. But I love my old stone that's so seasoned, and I still use it all the time. Now the Rock Crock is starting to warm up. A little bit about the Rock Crock. This is the everyday pan. Like I said, I have the Dutch oven too. I also have the pizza stone and the small stone, and they go on the grill because you can heat up to 700 degrees using the Rock Crocks. Now, I love the grill. Like I said, I'm from South Georgia, so we cook out a lot. But I have all of the Rock Crocks, and they are amazing. As this starts to melt, we'll add the other ingredients. But you're going to see me tonight using a few of our things. This is our 1-cup prep bowl. This is our 3-cup prep bowl. And I use the prep bowls a lot. This is our flexible cutting mat. It saves my counter. Makes it very easy for chopping things right on it. And then you can just bend it and pour it into your bowl, or your frying pan, or whatever you're doing. You're going to see me using our measuring spoon set, and this is what I love about them. They clip together. So in my drawer, instead of having to fish for the right measuring spoon, they're right there together in one place. Isn't that cool? I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but have you ever gone fishing through your drawer for a half a teaspoon measuring spoon and takes forever to find it, that solves your problem. These are the measuring cups. They come in a set, and they clip together just like the spoons. We're going to be using a 1/3 measuring cup today. It's a nice creamy consistency. I'm still warming it on low heat, and it's been about 4 minutes. So we're going to start adding some of the other ingredients. And the first thing I'm going to add is the confectioner sugar. My recipe calls for a 1/2 cup of Swerve. I put a little bit less in there because I'm actually going to blend some other sweeteners in it. But you would also, if you're doing a traditional recipe, you would use a 1/2 cup of Confectioners, regular Confectioners sugar. We're going to incorporate that into the chocolate. And you don't have to sift this. It will melt into the chocolate really well. It does start making it thick. So the next thing we're going to do, and I kind of have a little trick when I'm doing this, because I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of a skinny syrup, which if you watch my videos, you know I use a lot. I am going to use 1/3 cup of heavy cream. And then I'm going to take 2 tablespoons out of it because I want the liquid consistency to be right. So I'm actually displacing 2 tablespoons of the whipping cream with the skinny syrup. I'm going to pour that right in. And let's go ahead and put the skinny syrup. You know, this is too good to be called a holiday candy. I love chocolate. I'm a chocolate eater. So I make this year round. Sometimes I'll make it in small bite-sized pieces, and sometimes I'll make full fudge squares. You can see how pretty the chocolate is looking. Starting to get that shine on it, incorporating the cream into it. Just do it slowly so it all comes together. I like my chocolates to look as pretty as they taste. So I take a little extra time melting and tempering the 2 different types of chocolate together. I think our whipping cream is just about incorporated. And our skinny syrup. Now, here goes the other ingredients. And the first one is kind of an unusual one for fudge, but it's what makes my fudge really cool. Gives it a little bit different flavor. I use 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. Yeah, pepper, white pepper. The pepper gives it a little bit of a, along with the cinnamon, gives it kind of a Spanish chocolate taste. Now this is our Fudge cinnamon that right now you can find in the pantry. It's a seasonal product. I'm going to use about half a teaspoon of Fudge cinnamon. A teaspoon of double strength Madagascar Vanilla. And again, this is in the pantry right now as well, but it's not a year-round product. So I make sure I have plenty of it for the year. I know it's double strength and you only have to use half of it, but I love the vanilla taste. So I usually go ahead and use a whole teaspoon. I am going to use a little squirt of stevia. But again, if you're not cooking this keto low carb, you can go ahead and just use your Confectioners sugar and not the stevia, Swerve, or monk fruit or other fruit. Do not use a grainy sugar. You'll end up with grainy fudge. So be sure you get a Confectioner style. Let's see, a few more drops of that. We're almost done. It smells so good. Wish we had smell-o-vision. Wouldn't that be cool? So I could smell what's in my kitchen. Now, I am going to put this in a loaf pan because I found this recipe is perfect. This is a perfect size recipe to put in the loaf pan, and I line it with wax paper so that when it sets, you can just lift it out and cut it. Okay, everything is smooth and nice. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and I'm going to put a couple of pecans. You can use walnuts, you can use pecans, whatever type of nuts that you like. Or you can make it nut-free. One of the last things I put in is a little bit of sea salt, because salt enhances the flavor of the chocolate. You know when you bite into a piece of chocolate and it just fills your mouth with flavor? If you look on your ingredients list, you'll find it has salt in it. And salt is a flavor enhancer. So, here we go. Let's see if we can do this without any help. Sometimes I have help doing this. Smooth it into our loaf pan, and we're going to let it sit. And we'll come back and show you the finished product. The right thickness, perfect for fudge. Whew, this is going to be a hit. Okay, I like to take a good chef's knife because I don't want to smash the chocolate. I want to cut through the nuts very easily. So I make a nice clean slice. And get a pretty piece of fudge. And I'm going to cut that into 3 pieces. fudge back in the bread pan for right now. I want you to be able to see me cut it. And we're cutting about 1-inch squares. Nice sharp knife, goes straight through the pecans, or pecans, but I say pecans, very easily. Now, so that I get nice even cuts, I'm going to do about 3 of them at a time. Now this fudge is not a fudge that you have to keep in the refrigerator. You can just put it in a container and keep it on your counter. It will set on its own in about 4 to 5 hours, and it will set in the refrigerator in about an hour and you can cut it. So, in order to speed up time, I put it in the refrigerator. So here we go. Our beautiful fudge. Ready to package and for Christmas presents or to use at a party. So I hope you've enjoyed this and you make my fudge recipe. Let me know how it comes out. Even though mine is keto low carb, you can make yours in a traditional manner using the same recipe. And I'll post the recipe with this video. So have a wonderful day. Give someone your beautiful smile. Makes you feel good inside. And you know you just couldn't make their day. So come back and see me later. Bye.